So we're going to move on to the next one. So I'm going to make another copy of this, and we're going to call this Geo5 as usual. However, this time I'm not going to use a static model. Instead, I'm going to use an animated model. So I'm going to bring in an animated model. There it is. I'm also going to so in here, what we have is this zombie animations. So in animated model, what we have is a Mixamo zombie FBX. So it's coming from this. I think you need to have subscription to get this, but you can use Capybara if you like. But for now, I'm just going to use this temporarily. So I'm bringing the agent and I'm using agent node here. Obviously, I'm choosing input FBX, and then I'm using an agent clip to set the current clip to walk, and then the locomotion node to zombie hips. And then I'm just pointing it out to the walk cycle and naming it walk. And then I'm also checking the convert to in-place animation because otherwise it won't work. Now it's moving, which is good. And if I don't do that, you can see it's drifting. We obviously don't want that. And now it's working fine. And I'm going to unpack it because we want polygons and primitives and points and whatnot to take it to the next level. So that's our animated model coming in. Let me dive into Geo5 and create an object merge and change this to get anim. And let me point it to the animation model. That's out agent is what we want. And let's just make sure it works. There you go. I think we might have to make this a bit bigger because it's too small. It's too big. Something like that. That's good enough. So as before, I'm going to use an exploded view to check if this, whatever is coming in, that looks like to me. So it's 6796 points here. I think that's pretty good. All right, I'm happy with that. So all I'm going to do is connect this guy up there, which means I'm going to just get rid of this. So it's going straight into color. Now let's go to MPM source. This is where it makes a significant difference to how this is set up. So I'm going to go back to sand here because previously it was rubber. And we're not going to use the cohesion model for now. But if I let it apply, you can see that disappeared. This is just a representation of what was on the first frame. So that suggests that we need to change this to continuous. But the moment we change it to continuous, then it's going to try and move forward, yet it's going to keep changing the points, and that's not good. We don't want that. The point count should not change when you feed into the MPM solver. So that's not going to work. So what we need to do is change it back to once, let's say, and then I'm going to use pin constraints. And this time I'm going to enable animation. And then I'm going to use input animation because we have an animation that is coming in. So now you can see, despite all this set up, it's not working. So this is where the difference was last time. So let me show you. I thought it was the one before that, but anyway. So what we need to do here is we need to change it to continuous. I know I just said we can't do that because it's going to change the point count. But let me change it to continuous and run it. And now you can see it's actually working. And the point count is the same. We can see here, 20,191. This is what changed from 20.5 to 21.0. In 21.0, this did not work. Instead, I had to put in $f == 1. And this is when it actually worked. Without this, it did not. Again, it looks like it's been fixed. So we don't need to worry about that. In any case, for now, this is working. It's 20,191 points and it's animating, which is good. Everything else is going to remain the same. This wet attribute and this wet attribute that is coming in. But obviously, this has to now match where our model is. So instead of this sphere, I want to put something else. So like there's going to be a kind of a rectangle shaped source here where the water is just going to fall continuously emit, and our model is going to walk through that. So let me explain. So I'm going to drop in a box here and let me go to the front top view and let me highlight this guy here. So if I just run this through a little bit, just about, I'm going to put this guy over here. Oops. Make this kind of like that and like that. So I'm also going to just pose back a bit. Right now, if I look at the cam, the water or the liquid is just going to come from top here down this way. It's just going to continuously emit. So that's what exactly I want. And I'm just going to connect it to this. Yeah, it's too much. It's not good. I don't want that. And let's see. Yeah, I'll just give it a bit more axis. Like that would do. I just want to create a bit of variation to that. Right. So that is good. And now this will remain the same. Our source will remain the same. The water source or the liquid source. All of this stuff will remain the same. So the only difference now is that, let me see, what are we using here? Are we using, oh, we're using E. We don't want that. We want to use pin to animation because we have used pin to animation here. I have not changed any of these at all. So let me just go ahead and run this and see what happens. Looks like we have a problem. I'm going to have to adjust the camera at some point, but oh, so the boxes as well is just going to remain the same. We're not going to change that. None of that is changed. So I'm going to try and run this and see what happens. So we've got an error here. So the point count seems to be, let's read this. Set point count on domain animated pin constraint sources should not have a changing point count over time. All right. So the problem still exists then, or unless it's not a problem and that's how it is set up. I don't know. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and set this to $f equals 1. And let's see if that helps. It doesn't. It says that you've got a changing point count over time, which is not right. So I'm going to reset this back, set this to once. Actually, nothing is coming through. So when we checked this, the point count is not changing. So I'm not sure what the problem here is. So I'm going to try something else as well, which I think I tried previously. So I'm going to change this activation to $f %2 equals 1. You see, suddenly it's working. At least it looks like it's working. Now, this was a problem I identified before. I'm not so sure why this is happening. It looks like if you have this activation set to 1, it doesn't work, which we already know. But this $f %2 is equal to 1 means every second frame it's going to emit. So let's see if that works. Sure enough, that works. So I'm not so sure why that is, but yeah, again, these are kind of things that we need to watch out for. Anyway, so it's working now. So let's see. I'm just going to add in a null here to visualize this better because I don't like this. So that's a better angle now. So let me run this. So it looks like the problem here, I can already tell something weird going on here because the sim has just become unstable. I think I figured out what is going on here. So let me run the sim first of all. If you notice here, there's something going on. There's something weird. See that? Looks like there's an issue with the P scale or something. You can see. And this is why it's unstable. It's just starting to fly. And there's something really, really wrong about it. So let's try and fix that now. So I'm going to go back to MPM source. The first thing I'm going to do is the one I suggested earlier, which is I don't want to leave this activation at 1. I just want the first frame where it is continuous and nowhere else. Because if I change this to once, which is pretty much what it is doing, this is not going to work. And this is why I need to set it to continuous and only activate it on the first frame. And now let's see what happens. So I've got my FPS count going on here and it's starting to drop, but so far so good. My FPS is still staying at 1.2, 1.3, and the sim seems to be okay. So you can see here, that is definitely working. So that's the point I was trying to make. So for you to get this to work, there are a few things that needs to be done. Number one is the water or the liquid source. You cannot have an activation of 1. It needs to be something like this. You can have 4 between a certain frame, whatever it might be, but certainly not just 1. You need to have some sort of expression here. And then the body source or the animated model MPM source must have continuous set and the activation set to $f is equal to 1 or at frame is equal to 1, like that. Both are the same. So I'm just going to set both of them to frame. Okay, so both are the same. So you need to have those two things. Otherwise, it simply won't work. So now we'll cut to the bottom of it. Let's run this. Okay, the sim is ready now. Let's run this. A very stable sim. And you can see it's starting to fall apart. As soon as it comes in contact with the liquid, you can see the bottom here as well, and the top as well is going down. But there are a few problems. I want to adjust it to make it look aesthetically pleasing. So first of all, at the same angle here, I'm going to move this box up further, let's say 2.5. And I'm also going to move it towards the negative Z direction 2. So let's make it 1.75. So it kind of comes into contact with the body quicker. So maybe 2 is fine. I also want to bring in a new camera, so we can use that camera now. It's a Cam 2, and I'm just going to look at the Cam 2 here now. I'm going to kill those 2, and I'm just going to set this camera up a bit. I'm going to just try and something like that would do. That's fine. All right, I'm going to go inwards now, and I'm going to rerun the sim, and I'm going to actually cache the sim because I want to do some stuff afterwards. So I'm going to call it MPM cache sim inside the hit name, and I'm going to sim this and I will come back. Okay, the sim cache is done now. I'm going to run the left one first, which has both the liquid and body. So you can clearly tell it's working. And on the right hand side here, it's just a body to show you that it does, because you can't really tell from the left hand side quite clearly, but the right hand side you could tell. So that's done now. Let's choose let's go to Cam 2. Let me get rid of these 2 and let me choose a frame, maybe 48. Oh, actually, I need to set this up here, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to just choose GF5 out body, and there you go. That's all I had to do. And then in liquid as well, maybe GF5 out liquid. There you go. So let me run it. So you can see now it's working, and I want to go to, let's say, 96. Yeah, there you go. It's working beautifully. Obviously, the background is not great now because it's not very good. Let me try and maybe make it darker. It'll help, I guess. Yeah, somewhat like that. Yeah, and it doesn't cover the entirety of it, so I might have to adjust that now. But I'm going to leave it at that because I think it's pretty evident that, actually, you know what? Let me just do it. Right, there you go. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. So you can see that the dry sand is becoming wet sand and everything is working. All right, nice one.